Right now, we are tracking a dangerous hurricane that is heading towards, again, Florida. Hurricane Milton strengthened to a Category 5 storm this morning with sustained winds of 160 miles an hour. Just brutal. The storm could reach Florida's Gulf Coast on Wednesday, and people in the Tampa Bay area are preparing as best as they can. You can see that here. That means filling sandbags and clearing out trash and other debris that could go flying in the hurricane. CBS News has more from St. Petersburg, Florida.
We're in the Shore Acres neighborhood here in St. Petersburg, Florida, where cleanup is still underway. Hurricane Helene delivered the highest storm surge on record, and if the current track holds, Milton could be much worse. This community still cleaning up like so many communities up and down the Gulf. Hurricane Milton is forecast to make landfall as a life-threatening Category 3 storm Wednesday along the west coast of Florida. Helene left behind catastrophic damage and killed at least 230 people across the southeast. Now, here on Florida's west coast, Helene cost billions of dollars in damage. Storm surge reached higher than 15 feet in some areas, leaving many homes almost completely underwater. Now, at this point, there are two major concerns with all this debris. One, that it gets picked up by the wind, and two, that it could clog up the storm drains. There are currently mandatory evacuation orders up and down the Gulf Coast of Florida, and 51 counties are under a state of emergency. Cristian Benavides, CBS News, St. Petersburg, Florida.
That is an incredible look there to see that it was West Florida, the Gulf Coast of Florida, that's still recovering from Hurricane Helene less than 2 weeks ago, and they are immediately under the gun for Hurricane Milton. In fact, this is going to be a direct hit on Florida's Gulf Coast. So here's the latest satellite view. Hurricane Milton has intensified from a Category 1 to Category 5 in less than 18 hours, making it the second fastest intensifying hurricane in Gulf of Mexico history. So as of right now, it is still labeled as not just a Category 5, but maximum wind speeds of 175 miles per hour clears that by quite a bar. One of the strongest hurricanes that we've ever forecasted was back in 2005. That was Hurricane Wilma at the end of that historic season. That had wind gusts over 185 miles per hour, and this is in the same territory. So that is how serious Hurricane Milton is right now as it continues to still intensify, and Hurricane Hunter planes actually continue to zigzag across it. Here's where the path is going to go. Again, straight aimed at Florida. In fact, the center of the path goes right through Tampa Bay. Anywhere that's to the south, the right end of the hurricane's path tends to get the most catastrophic damage. So that's areas from Tampa to Fort Myers. Some areas still recovering from Hurricane Ian 2 years ago. And even the villages in areas like Orlando are still going to get hurricane-force winds as Hurricane Milton does make landfall Wednesday evening. So this is going to be yet another absolutely devastating hurricane. Obviously, lots and lots of people evacuating as of today. And hopefully everybody is ready in this part of the country for what is going to be yet another historic storm ahead of us.